Bob's Garden. I'm Bob. It's the second week in June, and our rhododendrons have finished flowering, and they put out some new growth, and it's time to prune. When we prune rhododendrons, you cannot just shear them. They need to be cut in specific places. So let me show you where some points are for cutting. If you look in here, right through here, you will see these little brown scars. Here's one, there's one, and here. And what we need to do is we need to prune down above those scars. We can also go on to the old wood. There are also areas in here. These are latent buds right here and right there, as well as up to here. So we cut anywhere along those points, and if we even lose one, we'll have growth coming because we're removing the terminal bud. If you would like to look up that term in there, look at our video on pruning for beginners. We want to get this rhododendron down below that window over there, and we're going to need, I'm going to show you several places we could possibly cut. You see here, this is a latent bud in here. So we can cut in through here, latent bud over there, and we cut above that, about a 1/4 inch, and a latent bud over here. Now, if we need to cut even further down, we're cutting to last year's framework here, but we could even take it even further down. And you can see these latent buds here, here. So we can cut right through here, do that as an example, and this, removing this terminal bud will put this latent bud into production. It says, oh no, I've lost my head. It's going to get new growth from that spot over here. We could also cut all the way down in through these areas here. But we don't want to go halfway in between. We need to go about a 1/4 inch above those latent buds. It's also good to deadhead last year's flowers because it will interfere with the new growth coming out. So if we look at this, we grab this old flower and we just bend it back with our fingers and we take that out. Here's another one. Here's a new area here, and here's one that's completely faded. So we can cut it all the way back to here, or we could just take this out here. So let me just take this one out further down so you can see. We'll cut above this latent bud right here, and there we are. So we want to take all this new growth out back to last year's framework. Sometimes I will cut into the framework, and we'll show you the way that looks when it's all done. So I want to show you this larger piece that I took off from underneath to give this a little bit more shape under there so it could free up that rock. So I want to show you all these latent buds in here. We can cut at any of these points throughout here. And then if you needed to come up through this area, you can cut above these latent buds here, like this. Or if you need to go down further, then you can get rid of this whole thing and cut it down to this latent bud. And we take this terminal bud off. This gives the orders for this latent bud to sprout out. So let's remember that rhododendrons bloom on old wood. If you want to know what that term means, look up the beginner's video. Because they bloom on old wood, now that we prune them, we're going to get new growth. That's next year's flowers. So once this comes up and regrows, don't prune that. So I left these up here so you can see the difference between where we were and where we're bringing it down. We could bring this down even further if we needed to, but I think this is a good height. So we just need to get back in here and finish that off. And that's our result. We get this nice dome shape, cloud prune shape here. So that's it. Thank you for watching Bob's Garden. We'll see you next time. Please subscribe, share, and comment on my videos. And remember, be curious, not judgmental.